So hello, my name is Brittany Porter. Welcome to this healing space. I am an energy healer and ascension coach, and what we are doing today is we're going to be doing inner child healing. So a lot of us are going through this right now where we're going through some like deep trauma, like shadow work, like pulling things up from the root, because a lot of us are dealing with like self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, behavioral patterns and triggers that are all coming from childhood. And a lot of us now have the toolkit to be able to go in as the higher self. It looks like the Akashic Records book. Go in as the higher self and go and help our inner children heal, which pushes us forward into the new higher self. And so like if you're wanting to do that or like really deep internal work, this is going to help your inner children feel more comfortable and safe and just seen and validated that they're still going through all of these things. So we're going to help them heal in this space today. So we're going to be doing like kind of like a meditation style. We're going to be working with crystals, and I'm going to speak affirmations over your inner children. So again, if you're on your way to work, like this, you might want to come back to this on YouTube. So you don't get, like super over emotional like when you're on your way in. But if so, that's okay. So this is going to be on YouTube. For everybody that's watching on YouTube, this is, I'm doing a TikTok live. So that's who I'm talking to in the comments. Okay. So we'll do some cleansing and clearing before we get started here. And then we're going to all do a meditation together. Alright, so if you're holding on to any stress or anxieties or worries or anything of that nature, you can ask the cleansing and clearing to take it from your energy field. Is anybody doing inner child work now? Like currently? Or working with your inner teen? I think sometimes we not forget, but we don't think of like the inner teen as a child too, but that's like the next stage after you start working with the inner child. Inner teens are funny to work with. Alright, y'all might hear my pug snoring in the background, by the way. Yes, okay, inner child healing. Alright, when I'm doing like energy healing, my pug likes to snore really loudly. Okay. Good morning, Havy. Hey, we're gonna do some inner child healing this morning. Okay. So here, this is the type of energy that we're going to be working with. Oh, I'm so sorry about your pug. Sending him a hug through the ethers, or them a hug through the ethers. Okay, so if you can, you don't have to, but if you can, close your eyes. You can keep them open though if you're doing something else to listen. And we are going to take a big breath in through our nose and breathe out through our mouth. We're going to take a big breath in through our nose and breathe out through our mouth. Okay, and if you can, we're going to have you put your hand, either hand, on your heart space. And in the ethers, you and me are going to meet in this big, beautiful field. It's a lovely green pasture. And the birds are buzzing, or the birds are chirping, and the bees are buzzing, and it's a nice, warm, sunny day, and there's luscious green grass around, and we're asking to meet with your higher self to lead us on this journey, and we're going to come to a big bridge. What color would you like your bridge to be? You can say it in the comments, you can say it in your mind. So we're going to walk across this big, beautiful colored bridge. You, me, and your higher self. And then we walk up to this beautiful green emerald energy. This is the gateway to your heart space. And when we get up to your heart space, there is a door. And your door can look however you want your door to look like. And I'm going to have you etherically knock on the door. And you're going to say, can I come into your landscape? This is going to be your inner child's landscape, or your inner teen's landscape. And if you hear a yes, and even if you don't, that's okay too. If you hear a yes, we're going to walk inside. And we are going to ask your inner child, your inner teen, where they would like to meet. This can be an earth location, this can be a magical location, wherever they feel safe. So we're going to meet them in their place, and then we are all going to sit on the ground together, because when we sit on the ground, it makes us feel nice and secure, and it helps us connect with Mother Gaia, the mother. And I want you to ask your inner child, how old are they? And then we're going to ask them, do you want to go by my name, or do you want to go by a different name? They might want to go by a nickname. And I'm going to speak over them and say, thank you so much for meeting with us today to come forward for this healing. I'm so proud of you. This is going to be super fun. And at any time, you can hold your adult's hand, or Mother Gaia, or mine. Okay, we can all open our eyes, and we are going to begin with a quantum healing and affirmations in the crystals. I'm going to turn my air conditioner down. If anybody wants to put in the chat like how old your inner child was, I would love to hear. Okay, so inner children. Oh, yay, 6, 8, fun. Okay. Oh, 6. Okay, I figured we would have a lot of young kids come forward today. Okay, so 5, cuties. Okay, did people have a lot of like nicknames that their kids wanted to go by? I find that some of the younger ones especially want to go by like just different names. They're very independent. Okay, so when we're working with like very young children like this, a lot of times they want to like hold on to something like in your hands, like to grasp and hold, because it makes them feel very safe and secure. And so you can take a moment to close your eyes and ask your inner child if they want to hold on to something while we do the healing, and I found that's very beneficial. So you can ask them too. So this is Lola. This is my wish Care Bear. Okay, so you can ask your inner child if they want to hold on to Lola, and she would be happy to meet them in the ethers and let them hold on to her, and they can make a wish on her as well. Okay, and then I also want all the kids, we're going to do an activity together in the ethers, but we're going to do some magical stuff. And so I have this magic wand that, and I know I'm speaking to the adults in here, but I'm actually speaking to your inner children through the ethers. So if they want to hold on to this magic wand for the activity that we're going to do in a little while, they can hold on to this tip, okay? And then you can close your eyes and you can just ask them like, hey, Lola's here, the magic wand, if you want it, okay? All right, so this is some Florida water, some magic fairy spray for everybody and the kids. All right, so we're going to work on all of their chakras, the inner child and your chakras. And so we're going to work from the root up. Look at this cat. We're going to work from the root all the way up to the crown. And I'm going to speak affirmations over your inner children. So it might hit you, I don't want to say like hit you differently, but you might receive it differently because I'm speaking directly to your inner children, okay? I felt safe closing my eyes and thought of Miss Frizzle from the magic school bus hearing your voice. Yay. I love that. And hey Nadia. Okay, so we're going to start with the root chakra. So the root chakra has a lot to do with like safety and security, and I want your inner children to feel safe and secure and protected. That's why we brought Lola in as well. And so what I'm going to speak over your inner children is, you are safe here. You are safe here. You are safe here. And you can say that to your inner child as well. Like all the affirmations that I say, like please feel free to speak that over them. You are safe here. Also be fun if you ask your inner children if they like this background. I've got this cute fairy here. You are safe here. Hey, Sarah. So our children, our inner children, are the keepers of like our whimsy magic. So if you really like working with like angels and unicorns and fairies and like nature spirits, working with your inner children and helping provide like a safe environment for them allows them to like express that more and help you connect in with your upper 3 chakras. So that's the intention here today, is to help you boost your whimsy magic as well. This is Moonkite Jasper, so this is going to be for everybody's root chakra. Good morning. So let's take a second and let's go in and you can close your eyes, and some people don't have to do that, but let's go in and ask our inner children, do you feel safe here? Good morning, Sharon. Okay, so with the quantum healing, this is also to help harmonize and balance your root chakra with those feelings of safety. Hey, Storm. So you don't have to do anything, you can just say, I accept. And then make sure you ask your inner child as well. And then we can ask our inner children, what are some red things that you like? Like, do you like apples? Do you like a red wagon? Whatever those things are for your inner children, you can ask them, like, what are some red things that you like? Oh, I love that. We accept this healing. Alright, I'm going to close my eyes for a second so I can connect directly to your inner child, okay? Okay, I gave all the inner children hugs and a fist bump for the ones that aren't like huggers. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our sacral chakra here. So our sacral chakra is our emotional body, and a lot of times as kids, especially if you had a lot of trauma growing up, there wasn't always like safe spaces to feel your feelings, or maybe you were like hushed, or you're saying like suck it up, right? And so this is going to be like a space that they can feel whatever they're feeling. And so we're going to take a second and we're going to go in. You can close your eyes or not, go in, and we're going to ask our inner child, how are you feeling? And whatever feeling comes up, we're going to say thank you for telling me that. Okay, well, you're definitely huggers. Okay, so the affirmation I'm going to speak over everyone's inner child, and you can say this too in the chat, or you can say it in your mind, in the ethers, to your inner child. And yes, we just started. We're on a sacral chakra. It is okay to feel what you're feeling. It is okay to feel what you're feeling. It is okay to feel what you're feeling. So we want to validate them, that their feelings are important. It is okay to feel what you're feeling. And the stone we're going to use is sunstone for our sacral chakra. If anybody wants to share what their inner child said too, like, feel free in the chat, but ask them first if you can share. Oh, look at that. Giving us sacral chakra healing there. Hey, Lelaine. Hey, good morning. We're doing some inner child healing. She is scared but thinks she shouldn't be. That's why we need to tell her, like, your feelings are valid. It is totally okay that you feel that way. Totally okay. Any feelings are okay. Look at this sacral chakra healing coming in the background here. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes so I can connect with your inner child, okay? We have a lot of different emotions going on here, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask all the inner children if they want to. We're all going to make a circle and we're all going to hold their hands, and then we're going to show everybody that it's okay to process whatever emotions that you're feeling. Okay, there's no judgment. This is a safe space for us to feel whatever feelings are coming up. So I'm going to ask all of them to, like, hold each other's hand in an emotion circle. Okay, so I popped out my angel wings to, like, hold everybody in for, like, healing, and then all the inner kids were like, can we have wings? And I'm like, oh, look. I'm like, yeah, everybody can have wings, like, whatever type of wings you want. Dragon wings, angel wings, fairy wings, whatever you want. Butterfly wings. Okay. So we are going to work on our solar plexus. So our solar plexus, that has to do with our confidence and self-esteem and our self-worth. Yes, dragon wings. Whatever type of wings your inner child said, you can share them in the chat here. Okay. So confidence, self-worth, self-esteem. A lot of times when we're very young kids, like, that isn't like the top priority. Like what in your pixie cut, oh, thank you. That isn't, like, the top priority, and so we want to speak that confidence over them and give them that, like, self-worth, like, hey, you are seen, we love you. Boundaries, yes, boundaries too. Like, even when you're a small child, like, sometimes boundaries aren't made in importance, because, you know, as parents sometimes we're like, whatever. So we need to teach them, like, hey, it's important for you to hold boundaries too, like me as an adult, but also you as a child, and that's my job to, like, protect your boundaries. Okay. All right. So the affirmation that we're going to speak over everyone, so you can say this to your inner child as well. Look at solar plexus. Okay. We're going to say, you are worthy just as you are. You are worthy just as you are. You don't need to change anything. You are worthy just as you are. It does always line up. You are worthy just as you are. And the crystal that we're going to use is argonite. I figured the kids would like this. It's very shiny. Not me crying hearing these messages. People need to hear these. Like, your inner kids need to hear these things. Oh yeah, is it okay that my inner child is saying the affirmation back to me? Absolutely. That's wonderful. That's super healing, and how lovely for your child to be like, you need to hear this too. You are worthy just as you are. And in this case, you know how we all have a higher self that's always like speaking back to us? In this case, we are the higher self to them. Like, we're going in and like helping them create this space. This is a hard one for me. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's hard to hear you're worthy, and that's all right. That's why we're coming in here today, to help the inner children feel that too, not only as you as an adult, but the inner child, because they hear things differently. Okay. We're gonna do the quantum healing for them. She said, that's a relief because it's exhausting trying to fit in. It is, and you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to do your own thing. You're meant to show up and be your extra special self. I am worthy, I am valuable, I'm beautiful, I'm loved, I'm unconditional love. Oh, I love that. Okay, so, oh, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Okay, so look at these clouds. These are so magical. All right, so I'm going to close my eyes so I can connect to your inner child here. Okay, so we're in the ethers. We're all in a field, and then there's a sun. For the sun. And I was telling them, you're your own special sunbeams. Okay, so we're gonna ask the inner children what makes them special, because they want to tell you. So you can go in your mind's eye, or you just like ask them out loud, like, what makes you special, and then listen for what they say. And if they say, I don't know, then you tell them what's special about them, because that's what we're working on, is self-confidence and self-esteem. So vice versa. And if you want to share it in the chat, ask them first. But if you want to share it, they want to tell you what makes them special. Somebody's inner child said, I like frogs, and then showed me a frog. Oh, so that was cute. Okay. And again, if one of your inner children said, I don't know, because they're still working on confidence and self-esteem, you tell them what makes them special. Her connection with animals and nature, and she is funny. I love that. She likes to make things. Cute. Mine yelled out, I'm playful. Yay! Those are fun. Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to our heart chakra. And then again, if you're not able to stay for the whole session, this will be up on YouTube. Mine said, I'm a good friend. Oh, I'm hearing explore adventures. I let her know that I admire her, that she can dream really big, and that she is fearless. Love that. Okay, and this is Sage. I want to do some clearing before we get to the heart chakra. Alright, we got some magic smoke for the kids here. We can envision that there's a big dragon coming through and blowing this magical fun smoke. Alright. So for our heart chakra, we can build a lot of walls in our heart chakra, especially if we live through a lot of trauma as a child, or if we live through some like really scary situations. And it's to protect us, right? For boundaries. But a lot of us in here have been on this healing journey, or I would assume all of us in here have been on this healing journey for quite a while now, and we have this toolkit where we don't have to live in those spaces anymore, because like we know what's good for us and what's not good for us, and whom we should be spending time with, and we know the difference between like what good and not so great relationships are. And so we want to go back in and like show them like we don't have to have these like big walls up anymore. Like we can start letting people into our heart space, right? We made dragon eggs the other day. My inner child loved it. Oh, fun. Y'all remember that show Dragon Tales? I don't know if anybody watched that. Okay, so the affirmation we're gonna speak over our inner children is: you do not have to be perfect to receive my love. You do not have to be perfect to receive my love. You do not have to be perfect to receive my love. Because a lot of times we have like perfectionism, or like maybe parents that put like way too high expectations on us, or teachers, and like we like got wrapped up in this like conditional type of love thing. And so we want to teach the inner children that like you don't have to do anything for me to love you. Like I love you through and through, unconditionally, forever and for always. And Bobby, I haven't made the cookies yet, but it's so funny you said that, because I was thinking about that yesterday and I was thinking about you. I was like, I need to make those cookies. So you do not have to be perfect to receive my love. You can say that back to your inner children through the ethers. And we see that here today. Like I'm here, you're here to like show the inner children like we do love you, and we're coming in to show you that and help you heal, help you feel seen and heard. Okay, so the crystal that we're going to use is rose quartz. This is a nice, lovely, like unconditional type of love crystal. Very divine feminine energy. As I told her that, her wings got bigger and bright. Oh, yay! That's like her opening up. I love Toothless the Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Or Raya is really good. The water dragon. So we're receiving this into our children's heart space. And if there's any guides that you like to work with too, you can bring them, you can ask them to come forward, like Kuan Yin or Mother Mary or Green Tara or Hathor. Those are all really great, like motherly type of energies. I saw you spiraling into the sky with rainbow colors around her. Oh, yay! As we can see her, as we go, I can see her chakras start to glow. Yay! This is why I wanted to create a space where they feel safe to heal their chakras, because their chakras are different than your chakras, because they're just in a different time and space. Still the same, but different. Hey, Eliana. I also heard her say she doesn't want to go by her nickname anymore. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. That's great that she felt, you know, safe to share that. Transformation up here with the butterfly. Okay. So we're getting that nice transformative healing into our heart space, letting down some of those guards, letting down some of those walls, because your kids can, like, inside can clearly see, like, we have their best intentions at heart. Like, nobody's asking anything from them. We're just here to vibe and have magical fun together. Yes, this is my real hair. Alright. So we're going to close our eyes if you can. If not, that's okay too. And I'm going to connect in with your inner children. them in the ethers, and I asked them what would make them feel, you know, like fun and safe, and they said wrapping a blanket around them and giving them all a warm cup of cocoa, even if it's hot where you're at. Like, it's different in the ethers. So like a nice warm cup of cocoa. It's almost like one of those like weighted blankets, the heavy ones that you put on. Okay, we're gonna get our fairy spray here, Florida water, and spray it over everyone. Okay. Oh, okay, it can be bone broth if you don't like cocoa. Okay, so we're gonna start working on our throat chakras. So oftentimes as children, we don't feel like we have like very strong voices because, you know, like parents, teachers, like all these things, right? And a lot of times they're like, oh, just be quiet, or, you know, whatever. So we're helping them speak their truth, and that like they matter to us, like their opinion and what they have to say, like even though they're children, that doesn't make their voices any less important than ours, right? And so the affirmation that we're going to say over all of our children is, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. And they can say it loud. They don't have to say it quiet. They don't have to whisper. If they want to, that's okay too. But they can say it as loud as they want. And if any of your inner children want to share something, ask them first. If they want to share something, you can put it in the chat. Look at this. Clean water is very good for our throat chakra. Clearing out some of that like heavy, dense energy out. And the chakra that we're going to use is angel ore quartz. I thought the kids would like this. This is a good cleansing stone and clearing stone. So I want to hear what you have to say. My inner child is asking for rose petals. Sprinkling rose petals on your inner child in the ethers. Like confetti. Mine said, I love you and I've missed you. Is that to me, Lilane, or is that to you? Oh, that's super sweet. That was very sweet. That's a very sweet thing to hear from your inner child. Okay, so she says, just because I'm different doesn't make me wrong. That is absolutely true. Your inner child is meant to live their own life and do their own things. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes and then connect in with everyone's inner child here for our throat chakra. And I can already tell y'all what they're asking. So, you know those... she said, thank you for the rose petals. It made her feel like a princess. She was like twirling around while I was doing the rose petals. Okay, so you know those paper towel tubes that like after you get all your paper towels off? So they were all asking if they could have one so they could like do like through it and like talk through it. Because I was asking them if they want a megaphone and they're like, no, we want the paper towels. So you can just envision like your inner child like holding the paper towel and like making noises and like being heard. Basically. Okay. Okay, some of them sound like kazoos. They're like, mine's making SpongeBob references. That's okay too. Whatever they want to do is cool. So I have a blanket wrapped around me. I had an empty toilet paper roll. Now I'm running. Great. Through the house, blowing through the toilet paper roll. Cool. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our third eye chakra. So this is going to be a little bit different because we're going to, if you can close your eyes, that's great. And if not, that's okay too. Okay. You don't have to visualize. Some people just need to do that. Okay. So we are going to, if you can, close your eyes. And we're going to envision that all of us are in this really fun like art classroom together. Like there's all these fun pictures and colors up everywhere. It's very magical. And everybody's sitting down and everybody has a canvas in their lap. And you can have crayons, you can have paint, you can have pencils, like whatever you want for, you know, your creation tools. And so we're gonna all hand the kids the canvas, and then I'm gonna ask them, this is me being Miss Frizzle here, we're gonna ask them to draw a magical creature, or like an animal, or whatever they want to draw. So we're gonna give all of them a moment to draw what they want to draw, paint what they want to, use crayons, markers. So we're gonna give them all a second, and then we're gonna ask them what they drew. Or they can use glitter or confetti, whatever they would, stickers. Okay, so if you want to share in the chat, ask your inner child. If you want to share in the chat what they created, I would love to hear. And then the stone that we're going to use is amethyst, and then I'm going to say the affirmation after I read some of the comments. Okay, unicorn, a blue and green dinosaur with an apple tree. Mine wants to draw a fairy on a flying dragon. Cool. Those are all fun. A glittering dolphin with butterfly wings. Yay! A unicorn, but it looks like a rhino. Okay. She made a unicorn. Mine wanted to draw dragons and horses. Awesome. Magical vibes. Okay, so while I'm reading these, I'm gonna say the affirmation over everyone. So, and you say it to your inner child too. We're gonna say, you did a great job. You did a great job. Ooh, fun sand art. You did a great job. I love how magical all of the creations are. And then you can ask your inner child too if they had fun doing the activity. She drew a long-necked dino and a stingray. Oh, cool. You did a great job. Okay. So we're going to move on to our crown chakra up here. Let me get some of my sage. Okay, we're coming back in with the dragon smoke here. Oh, look at that. We got a big magical dragon coming in with all this fun smoke. All right, for our crown chakra. So I'm supporting your inner children right now. You're supporting your inner children right now, and we want them to know that the universe is also supporting them. Like, it's giving them this huge warm embrace and saying, thank you for coming today to receive this healing. We love you so much. Like, we're happy that you were able to come and have fun in magical times. Okay. Mine just hollered through the toilet paper roll, Dragon Express coming through. Woo woo. Cute. Okay. So the affirmation that we're going to say in the crystal we're going to use, this is green adventuring, which helps us like follow our heart's desires. It's also good with like heart healing. So this is like universal love coming in for the heart healing as well, coming in through our crown chakra. So the universe is looking out for you and me. You and me with your inner child. But you can say that to your inner child. Oh, thank you for the crown. Thank you. That's super cute. Thank you. The universe is looking out for you and me. And that's what brought you here today too. You and your inner child and the universe. The universe is looking out for you and me. Oh, thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. The universe is looking out for you and me. And then we're going to do a little bit of a meditation here to do something with your inner child. The universe is looking out for you and me. Oh, thank you, Amanda. That's very sweet. Thank you. All right. Okay. So like I said, we're going to do a bit of a meditation here. So if you can close your eyes, you can. If not, that's okay too. You don't have to. Okay. So we're going to take a big breath in through our nose. And we're going to take a breath out through our mouth. And a big breath in through our nose. And a breath out through our mouth. And if you can, we're going to put one of our hands on our heart space. And we are going in to that safe space we created in the beginning. And if you're new in here, you can ask your inner child where is somewhere they would like to meet. So this can be a magical place, this can be an earth place, somewhere they feel safe and grounded, and that's fun. Okay, so your inner child wants to give you a gift for coming here today. And for spending time with them and loving them and creating this safe space for them to feel magical and whimsical. And so I'm going to have you etherically hold out your hands to your inner child, and they're going to walk up to you and they're going to give you a gift. And there's no right or wrong, it's whatever they want to give you. Okay, if you have your gift in your hand, we're going to ask your inner child, why did you decide to give me this gift? And now if you would like to give your child a gift, or if you want to say something over them, I'm going to give everybody a moment to do so. Okay, and then I'm going to speak over everyone's inner children. Thank you so much for coming to this healing space today. I'm always very honored when you feel safe with me, when you feel like you can trust me, when I can create a space for you where you feel a lot of magic and whimsy. Lola, for anybody that didn't see Lola earlier, Lola is very happy to come along too, so all of you could hold her and feel nice and safe and protected. And thank you, this is always fun. I love working with all of you. You're always just so fun and magical, and have the coolest answers and do the most awesome things, and I'm so proud of all of you, and I will see you next time. Okay. I always want to make sure I tell them thank you, because it's a big honor for people's inner children to come forward for healing with somebody. So I appreciate them very much. Yes, okay. So does anybody want to share in the chat what they received for their gift? And I'm going to still be sending some healing to everyone, like for your chakra system as well, to help you integrate all of the healing that was done for your inner child as well, kind of like merge the chakra systems. And so if anybody wants to share, I'll read those as well. A stuffed bunny, oh cute. She gave a purple clay sparkly heart with 3 of us holding hands. I gave her a princess dressed wand. Oh, love that. Rainbow caterpillar, a wooden box covered in seashells. I got a macaroni necklace. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. A magic wand. Cute. Magic wands. Oh, that's awesome. And remember to ask your inner child too, like why they gave that to you, because usually the inner children have some, like a very specific reason that they're giving it to you. Or sometimes they're just like, because it's cool. She gave me a butterfly necklace and she said to me, "You are not trapped, you are free." Oh, I'm gonna cry. That was beautiful. We are at the beach and she gave me her hand and I gave her mine back and we went into the ocean. How sweet. A rock from our favorite place. Looks like an amazing crystal, but also like one of those light projectors that shows images. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like on the ceiling up there. A mirror to see myself. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. That is great. I heard peace. Beautiful. Peace is great. A gold circle, not a ring to remind me to stay strong. I gave a citrine stone because it's pretty. Nice. I got her earrings. She said she wanted me to be beautiful. Cute. The gift was to remind me how much fun we had creating cool stuff. Oh, I love that. These are so fun. It's a good anchor point too, like in your consciousness, because it's a connector point for you and your child. Like anytime that your child wants to talk to you as well, like if you're newer to working with your inner children, that gift, you can ask them to show it to you in your mind's eye when they want to speak with you, or like when they're going through something and they need you to help them heal with it, or if they need some attention, like ask them to show you that image in your subconscious. A caterpillar is small and not seen, but becomes a butterfly and becomes admired. Oh, I love it. Okay, so if anybody needs additional support with this, I do offer inner child healing sessions. They're called soul alignment sessions on my website, and those are a little bit different than this. This is collective healing, but I do have a background in psychology and coaching and energy healing, and so a lot of people are not dealing with, but are working through generational trauma and dealing with confidence and self-worth and self-esteem, and a lot of the behavioral patterns and triggers that we have as adults are actually coming from childhood. It's the root, like when we were getting like quote-unquote programmed, or like our parents were like putting facadal lenses over us, or telling us we're not enough, or like making us think that we have to be perfect for everything, right? And so we can see that roll over into our adulthood, but most of the time it's coming from there. So things like this definitely help if you want like a one-on-one healing session to help you work through those things and release them and help your inner child release all of that trauma. I do offer one-on-one sessions for those, and there are links in my bio. This will be up on YouTube. If you want to watch the replay, you can come back to it and then work on different versions of your inner children. Like whomever came up today, you can go in with a different version the next time. Like 10-year-old you, 5-year-old you, 15-year-old you, right? Inner teens are a little bit different. A little bit different, but a lot of them want to communicate with you too. I gave her a rose quartz necklace to remind her she is pure love and to live her life that way. Oh, I love that. She probably liked when I brought the rose quartz out. Thank you so much for taking time and energy to do this. Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome. Also, I started my Discord, and so if anybody wants a community of like-minded souls, I also pour like tons of resources in there, and I give you updates when I do lives and workshops. The Discord is up in my link if you want to sign up for that. Geez, you just hit everything I'm trying to go through. Yeah, inner child stuff's intense. It's really intense because most of like I said, the behavioral patterns and triggers that we have as adults, like sometimes we're not making correlations about how all the things that we went through childhood are actually those unhealed things are causing what's happening over here, because our inner kids take over our wheel of consciousness. That's why, like, you're on a healing journey, okay, and you're doing great, but then you go back to hang out with family or like old friends, and then all of a sudden you like zap back to old you. That's because the children are taking over and saying like, oh, I've seen this. Is it common for the throat chakra to overcompensate if it isn't healed? Yes. I think you'd probably have to like send me a message about how that's happening, because it could overcompensate in a lot of different ways. Thank you for doing this. I think I'm going to buy some rose petal tea for her. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. I know she would love that. Anything you can like do for them, like spending time with them is like so important. And I'm going to say this for anybody that's like new to inner child healing. If you are new to inner child healing and teen healing, it's very scary to go in and just start talking about trauma. Like there are some things that I went through a lot of trauma when I was a kid, and it's taken me a long time to like even get to a point where I can like talk to them about that stuff and heal. And I've had some like deep trauma stuff that like repressed memories that started coming up, and you have to take it very easy with them. Like no 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old wants you to just come in and start talking about trauma and shadow work. So what I have found that is easier, like for me in my journey and a lot of other people's journey, is to start building trust with them by saying like, hey, what do you want to do for fun? Like, let's go color or go on a swing or like blow some bubbles or like do some fun things so you can start that line of communication and create that trusted space, because a lot of our inner kids like don't trust anyone or anything, even you. Like they have just been like hurt so deeply by so many people, and so we have to kind of come in and show them like, I'm just here to like be your friends and hang out and have a good time, and then when the healing comes we'll get to that, but right now I'm just coming in here to help you feel safe and loved and protected. That's it. And then when it's time, we'll start healing that stuff. And if you go in that route instead of like trying to dig all that stuff up and do all that shadow work and trauma healing, like they're much more apt to open up. And I'm pretty sure this version is who pulled me to you. Yeah, a lot of y'all's inner kids are the ones that brought you in here today. Because I made a call out to the ethers before I got on here, and I was like, hey, if there's any inner children that want to come and hang out and have fun and play, I'll be here. Is it still spending time with them if you play joyfully with your own kids, or should I invite her? Oh yeah, absolutely. So I would definitely recommend, if you have kids, asking your inner child to come and play with them. Like you, like say, hey, like if you just say Sarah, like, hey Sarah, like I would love for you to come and play with me and the kids. And then that's more fun for you too, because now you're more like on the kid level with your, sorry, my tablet froze. Now you're on the level with the kids, right? So it makes it more fun to do it that way too. But you can spend time with them alone too, because that's important too. Like you want to do things that are with them, with you specifically, right? I'm 52 and just started to heal from so much. Yeah, CPTSD. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you have to, this is the thing too, like, don't look at people and say like, oh, they've been doing inner child healing and like inner child healing is the most important thing. Like that's cool and we love that, like all that shadow work and trauma and like healing, all that stuff, but you got to do that in your own time. So even if you're like 52, like sometimes we have to build the toolkit and the resources and become the higher self to be able to detach enough away from it to come back in and help them. So if you've been through some major stuff in your life, it might take you more time to pull away from the inner children to be able to come back in, if that makes sense. Like, you can't help them until you got the toolkit to go back in and do it. She just looked at me with big eyes and said, yes, I want to play with them and you too. Yay! See? They're their own consciousness forms. Like, they're you, but they are in their own consciousness forms when, like, your 5-year-old is 5-year-old you inside of you. So you have to treat them like that when you're helping them heal. You can't talk to them like an adult. You gotta talk to them like a child. So when you start, I love this, I'm gonna be hooting and hollering through my toilet paper roll all day. That would be really cool if you can do things that we did in the ethers, but like in real time. Very beneficial. Oh my, I've been doing inner child work since Thursday. Mine just said I want to hand paint. Yay, do the hand painting. Yeah, anything you can bring into the physical form to do with them, that's great. But listen, if you don't have the resources or you don't have the time, you do not have to do things in the physical. You can go up here and do it with them. Like, you want to go to a castle in the sky and ride on dragons and do whatever you want to do, like, you can do that up here because they're an etheric form inside of you and part of your subconscious. So you can just do that up here. It's better if you can do it in the physical form, just because then it's like your inner child has a physical vessel to experience things. Like, you're like, okay, let's go swing, and ask your inner child, like, hey, let's go swing, and then you're actually like physically doing it for them. Because a lot of us who had very traumatic childhoods didn't get to have a lot of fun. Okay, and go do the things that we want to do. And so giving them that gift of like, hey, you can do that with my body right now, like, it's so beneficial for them. My child wants to start making magic wands. You could, yeah, go outside and like find some sticks that are like wands, and then you can like attach crystals and stuff to it. That'd be super fun. Okay. I found my sketchbook this morning. It's what I used to love to do as a kid, draw. Yes, you can also hug your little and console. Yeah, absolutely. You can hug yourself and like, or get like a stuffed animal. Like, I got Lola. This is another thing too. Like, my inner child asked me to get Lola, and I was like, I don't need to get that. It's like money I don't need to spend. And she was like, please get this. And now this is one of my favorite things that I have in my home, because it reminds me of her. And sometimes like when I'm watching like a Disney movie or like a kid's movie, right, I'll like hold her, and it's like my inner child holding her. So like, you can work with your physical to help bring things into fruition for them. Or like if they want to go rollerblading. I just had that happen with the sock monkey. Yeah. So the beautiful thing about inner child healing is that when you, because a lot of our inner child is holding that trauma in our root chakra and sacral chakra and solar plexus, right? When you go in to help them heal and you help them release that, it moves them into a new higher self to help the younger versions back here, and then it moves you into a new higher self to help like them that move up to a new level. So like, you all transcend down the like healing timeline together. So like, if you want to become the next higher version of you, highest self version, do that, and it will shift you into that new version of yourself, because you release like a ton of trauma in your bottom 3 chakras. And when you do that, it opens everything up here. So you can start like perceiving different frequencies and dimensions, and unicorns and rainbows and fairies and tree spirits and like all this stuff, and like have a better connection with Source and Mother Gaia, because you have less stress and anxiety in your lower 3 chakras. So it's like all around super beneficial. Okay, you know how they say you become the parent you needed? Absolutely. I'm a parent, like an actual parent, and I am way different than my parents. Like, you know, they were doing the best they could with what they had. But like, I parent him way differently, and I parent my inner children way differently. You know what? I had that happen this morning. So my son and I got into this little argument this morning, and I was like, I'm right. and it was like driving me a little nuts. I was like, please stop arguing with me, right? I go in my bathroom and I have a picture of me when I was a little kid up on my mirror, and I was looking at her in the picture, and I was like, I would not want someone to act this way or talk to me like this. And then I went in there and apologized to him. And I was like, that's a behavioral pattern from my parents, from my grandparents that raised me. Like, they had to be right, and being right was more valuable than like taking my feelings into account and like my child perspective. And so like, I was just like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. And so I went in and apologized to him, and I was like, it doesn't matter, it's fine, and your feelings are validated. Yeah, full circle. So like, just like you were saying, like, you become the parent that you needed. Absolutely. And my inner child reminded me of that this morning. She was like, don't do that to him. And I was like, okay. So yes, I'm trying not to continue the toxicity I went through. Yeah, it's catching those behavioral patterns of like, is this something my parents did to me? Right? And like, y'all know we hear all the time, well, this is how I was raised and I turned out fine. Did you? Not y'all, but like parents that say that all the time, like, so you just gotta ask yourself, like, is this a behavioral pattern that I am exhibiting? And sometimes they're easier to catch than others, and you gotta give yourself grace when you like fall into those behavioral patterns from the past. Like, it's not your fault. That's another thing. Like, a lot of this, none of this is anybody's fault. This is just like what happened. It's just life. And so people are like, oh, you need to hold compassion for yourself, and just be like, I'm learning and I'm growing, because the 52 people in here, like, I know that y'all are all very self-aware and try your best to like catch yourself when you're like zapping back to old behavioral things, and when you see them, you're just like, oh, well, I'll try again next time. That survived bias, yes, yeah. That doesn't logically make sense. Okay, so hopefully everybody enjoyed the inner child healing today. Again, I'm very thankful for that, all your inner children that came forward today to receive healing. A lot of times our parents did not realize they were damaged either. Yeah, the more generations that we go, like, now that a lot of, look, I'm going back on a tangent, a lot of our parents and grandparents, not this is an excuse, because it's definitely not, but like a lot of us have social media now, and like see that certain things like are not okay. Like, that was just like a lot of times like generational thing of like, oh well, this is like normal, right? But it's not. But we have more access to each other to kind of like go back and forth with one another and be like, is this normal? Did this happen to you? Like, how can I help heal this? You know what I mean? Not an excuse though. Yes. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you have a very magical day. If you need some more support, like I said, with these things, and you need to like dive deeper into what happened to you as a child and help your inner child and release that and process through it so it can help you in the here and now, I have soul alignment sessions on my website up there. This will be up on YouTube if you want to come back and watch with your inner child. And like I said, you can come back and do it with a different age. Like, just keep coming back and doing it with all the other kids. Okay. All right. And thank you to all the inner children. I appreciate you and for hearing my call today. Oh, hey, Sarah. I haven't seen you in forever. Hello. Hey, Sarah. Oh, don't say that about my dolphins. They're playing. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Bye. I'll see you next time.